Hi guys, it is Carla theBubblelush. So I would love to have like boxes and boxes of wonderful, beautiful, well-written letters to give to Hannah. On days like her wedding or her 13th birthday, and obviously it's not too late to start, but if a letter says 100 words and a picture says 1,000 words, sometimes I think a video says 1,000,000 words. And sometimes when you write a letter and you choose every word perfectly, it becomes, I think, almost too perfect. And it's not flexible, and sometimes it can come across more like a lecture than like a discussion or something, this is just something I'm thinking about and I'm trying to kind of work through it. So anyways, I just thought I would kind of have this discussion because, let me put the pen down so I'm not clicking it, because it's something that Chris and I talk about a lot, and it's in regards to, like the hopes and dreams that we have for Hannah's future, right? I think that every parent wants their child to do amazing things and be happy and fulfilled. And one area where Chris and I differ is, it's kind of hard to, it's like what Hannah's going to be when she grows up, I guess. Chris's mindset is that Hannah can do whatever she wants to do, and we will support her in whatever she wants to do. And I think that is a really, I think that's kind of an easy standpoint to have when you grew up a white male. Not to throw like race and gender into this, but like I think all little boys are told that from a very early age that they can be whatever they want to be. And to be fair, I was kind of told the same thing. When I was in high school, I very much lived up to my Gemini astrological sign, and I studied a lot of chemistry. I took tons and tons of chemistry and science classes, but then all of my electives were photography and marketing and graphic design, creative writing, like very creative classes. So I had this science and math that I was really strong in, but there was definitely a part of me that was very creative, and I loved my graphic design classes. I did silk screening. We did like this business where we silk screened t-shirts for all the sports teams, and I took lots and lots of photography. I took like portraits for people, and it was awesome. And I did 4-H, and I did a lot of photography at state level competitions, and it was something that I really, really enjoyed. But ultimately it came down to, not to like put the blame on my dad or anything, but it came down to this conversation that my dad and I had where, he pointed out that I was really interested in chemistry, and my cousin's wife was a chemical engineer, and that's something that really interested me. It played into a lot of my strong suits, troubleshooting, chemistry, like process design. I was kind of methodical in my thought process, so it really fit my way of thinking and my way of learning. And it was a challenging field. It was an engineering field that was starting to welcome women into the field. It wasn't like I was going to be the first woman ever. But the fact that I was a girl and I wanted to go to an engineering school, I was probably going to be able to kind of take my pick because of, people wanting to increase the ratio of male to female students. So that's kind of where I was coming at it. But there was also a part of me that really, really wanted to pursue graphic design. I thought it would be great to either I wasn't sure if I wanted to do web design or advertising, or probably not photography, but just something in that creative computer graphics field. But I figured that graphic design was something that came naturally to me, and I could teach myself those skills if I needed to, but I could never teach myself chemical engineering and be able to get a job. Like, it just wasn't going to happen. So I agreed that my dad was on the right track, that, you know, I needed to choose something that I was going to be ultimately able to make a living at, and that I could support myself at. So I decided to study chemical engineering. And having said that, it is definitely not something that I regret, because it put me on the track to go to a fabulous college. I had a wonderful college experience. Obviously, I met Christopher there. I met him the summer before my sophomore year. He was my college sweetheart, and because I went to that college, because I met Chris, I am where I am now. I have my wonderful, fabulous, amazing daughter, Hannah, and so I don't regret that. But, but, now I'm in the real world, and I am a working mom. I have a husband, I have a house, I have a child, and I have a career, and it is a lot to balance. And chemical engineering is not something I can do really as a work-at-home mom. I can't. But if I had pursued something like graphic design, I could easily be a work-from-home mom. And so I think that it is worth discussing with Hannah when the time comes, kind of what she sees in her life. Like, does she ultimately want to have 4 kids? And if she has 4 kids, is she going to want to still be a full-time working mom? There are definitely people that do, and obviously sometimes once you have kids, your whole thought process on things change. But I just think it's something to consider. No one ever sat me down and talked with me about the challenges that face a working mom. I know that there are studies that have come out that say, you know, working moms are ultimately happier than stay-at-home moms. Not the case for me. I am not happier as a working mom at all. I have made that abundantly clear. I think it's possible to have a wonderful work experience, especially if you have a better relationship with your coworkers, but you know, that's beside the point. It's really challenging to have that work-home balance. It's a struggle, I think, that a lot of new moms face. And it probably gets easier as time goes by and you get better at juggling everything, but there are definitely some people that want to be able to work from home. And I think as a woman, as a mom, it's great to have that opportunity available to you, even if it's just, you know, being able to take extended maternity leave or work from home for a couple days a week and go into the office a couple days a week. Like, having a job where there's that sort of built-in flexibility where you can work from home makes it a lot easier, I think, to be a mom. It makes it easier to keep that work-life balance. So it's something that I want Hannah to keep in the back of her mind. I don't want to ever limit her options, because obviously every employer is different. Every workplace is different. And in 22 plus years, let's say she goes to a 4-year college and then she has kids, 22 plus years, probably things are going to be a lot different. But I'm just kind of interested to see if people have thought about what they're going to talk to their little girls about. And boys as well, but I think sometimes it's more of a struggle for women, because I think although Chris is awesome and he would love to be a stay-at-home dad, I want to be a stay-at-home mom more. And I think that there are quite a few little girls that would love to, you know, when you ask them what they want to do, they say they want to be a mommy. Obviously, this economy that we're in right now, a lot of us have to be 2-income households. And who knows what the future is going to hold? I don't know. But I was just kind of wondering if you guys had given that any thought, of the career advice that you are going to give your children, or, you know, looking at your life, the career decisions that you have made, how that is going to affect the career advice that you give your children. And do you think that there's a difference between the career advice you give a little girl and the career advice that you give a son? I don't know. I don't have a son, so it's kind of hard, but if I'm projecting out, I honestly think that the career advice I give my daughter is going to be different than the career advice I give my son. Just being honest. I don't know. I'm interested. I'm interested. I want to have this discussion with you. So leave your comments below, and please no like bickering or fighting. I understand if you don't like this video, if I struck a nerve, if you think that I'm saying that all women belong in the kitchen or something. I'm not. I'm definitely in a male-dominated workforce. I think that a woman can wear steel-toed boots and a hard hat and rock it, because I do all the time. But where I'm at in my life and my desire to be a working mom, that's just kind of how it's coloring this discussion for me. And that's kind of the filter that I'm looking at everything through now. So anyways, I hope that you will join this conversation with me, and I'll talk to you guys later.